Happy New Year. We are super excited to start this new series called Zodiac Spaces, Zodiac Rooms, where we go through each of the zodiac signs and come up with these spaces based on what your sign likes. So this year, or the start of the year, we're starting with Aquarius. Yeah. If you're an Aquarius, what are the dates of Aquarius signs?
Aquarius starts January 20th and it runs through February 18th. So those are your dates.
All right, so if your birthday is in those dates, you are an Aquarius. And today we'll be talking about, we have 3 different spaces, and there's just some Aquarian-inspired design touches that we've done, and then we'll also just kind of go over some of the things within the space that we find is cohesive or just cool and interesting to talk about.
And I'll be super curious to see and to read if you guys find inspiration if you're an Aquarius with either one of these spaces.
And I think there's a lot to work with in these 3 different looks that we're going to show. So just kind of know that you have a lot of room to really bring out your own personalized space while you're doing it.
Right, and also you might not be an Aquarius, but your sign might have a moon in Aquarius, and so you might be inspired by these particular spaces as well. So just because you're not an Aquarius doesn't mean that you can't like what we're gonna show, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, let's talk about, Ashley, do you want to start off with talking about just in general what we have in this first space?
So this space is very winter, right?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
by the white, the silver, it speaks very winter, colder months, almost like celestial feel.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of this royal blue, which is a really nice, rich color. It offers a nice pop against the silver and the white accents. And I really like the lines. We read that Aquarians like angular lines, clean lines.
And it get it from here, and then also this bar cart too, right?
Right.
And those metallic elements, Aquarians are drawn to those metallic elements, and we've really used that with the orbs, the square angles on the bar cart, and then the fun angles on that particular chair.
And I really like the sparkle in the rug. That also just ties into that silver element, right?
It looks like snow has just like fallen on the ground.
And this is your night sky.
Oh, right. And these remind me of snowflakes.
Yeah.
These are actually really cool because they belong on your table. You typically put them on a table, but we've attached them to the wall, so it really brings out some dimension on this flat space.
Yeah, this is really cool. So my sign is not Aquarius, but I love this space. I really love this blue. I would have it in my home for sure.
Lots of textures. And you also have, in the candle, you've got some rock elements in that.
Another thing about Aquarians, a couple things. So they are typically like not necessarily loners, but they do like their time by themselves, but they also really love to spend time with friends. So this bar cart tells me that this person likes to have their friends over and spend time with them. And another thing to note too is their color is a blue color.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And they're an air sign too. So winter, just, I don't know, cold air tells me it's a air sign.
Well, it's a great space. It really
is.
honestly is. Yeah.
Shall we look at the next one?
Let's go to the
Absolutely.
next one.
So here we are in the second space. This space, a couple notes for Aquarians, their stone is an amethyst. So this purple, that's in these pillows and this lamp.
And
And
the
the
art,
art
too.
is really bringing that amethyst color out.
It's a very rich space.
Yes, it is.
The other thing I like about, another thing that Aquarius is drawn to is bringing all those outdoor elements inside. So we have a nice display, and if you have a not so green thumb like me, you use faux plants.
Sure.
But if that's something you can do, bringing those natural trees or plants in is great. We've used several in this space, and of course the art is perfect.
And speaking of natural elements, this is a faux marble. It's not a real stone, but there was also a faux stone on the bar cart. So that is also bringing in that natural element, and it's going to be price sensitive because it's not real stone. So that's a really good selling point. And I will mention, because we talked to an Aquarian to get inspiration for these spaces. So when she saw each one of these spaces, she was really drawn to this one and the first one with the blue. And she said that she feels like she can take both of these and put them in her house.
Right, so this space like kind of reminds me, they're very introverted people. So like this is where they would come to kind of collect themselves and, you know, just get away from the world, I guess, and enjoy the outdoor element that we brought in here.
I love all the shading in the glass, because I think you do find a lot of those rich colors out. You know,
Absolutely.
We've got green, we've got some browns, those colors.
Like these are sunsets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And of course the metal element, again, we're pulling the metallic in.
Right. And the last space was very structured with squared off shapes, and this is very round with this chair that's very inviting and cozy, and then this table too with the round.
I love the boucle chair because it's so on trend, right?
Right.
You know, and it looks comfortable, it looks inviting, rounded curved shape, complements the round foam marble table.
It's very curvilicious.
Yes,
It is. It's awesome.
All right, well, what's that third space look like?
Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Welcome to our third space, and this one's a little bit of a deviation, but a lot of the same concepts. Aquarius is drawn to colorful spaces. I look at this piece of art, and it's a beautiful piece, lots of color, impactful. I'm making a statement, which Aquarius likes to do. They like to make a statement. So I like this particular piece of art because I think it sets you up for what you can do in a nice living space.
Right, sure. There's lots of colors here and the metallic that we talked about in the first space, but also it's unique. And that's another thing about Aquarians is they're unique and individualistic. I also read that Aquarians don't particularly like invite you in. They seem to be standoffish or not very warm. And this prickly plant is kind of reminding me of that, like,
Totally.
Stay away.
Like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me until I invite you in and I'm ready.
Right. But still brings that outdoor element in.
Yeah.
Also, we haven't really talked about, Aquarius tends to be very tech savvy and likes modernistic, futuristic.
This
So
lamp
I
is
love this
totally
arc lamp. It's like perfect for this space and bringing that element in. So if you're drawn to, like if you're looking for a power recliner or a power sofa or something like that, that's right up your alley.
Right.
Very tech savvy, on point, up to date with those things. We've also used, this is a nice, rich, textured rug. Complements very well, again, with those same colors.
And Alexis's vest. I have.
Oh yes, I do. I matched right in.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, there's definitely, it pulls some orange out of the art down to the floor and those gold colors and then even the blue.
Yeah, and you're creating that space, pulling it all together. It's very cohesive.
Yes.
So out of the three, which one is your favorite?
I have to go with this one.
Yeah.
Like I dressed to match it. This feels like I am drawn to this one.
Yeah. My favorite space, I think, is the Winter Wonderland over here.
Yeah.
Just because I do like the blue's my favorite color.
Oh, there you go.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
you had me at blue.
I would say the first one as well is my favorite.
Yeah. Hopefully this has been a fun educational journey for us, learning about Aquarius.
Absolutely. And I also feel like, do you ever, as far as Zodiac goes, like when you read about your sign, you're like, oh, that is so me.
Yeah, how do they know?
How do they know?
How do the stars know my personality?
I know I'm going to go home after we get to my zodiac sign. I'm a Cancer. When we get to mine, I'm going to go home and compare my notes. How well did I do?
Oh, right.
Is it really representing my space? But I think there's a lot to work with the Aquarius sign.
So then, speaking of that, what's next is Pisces. So if you are a Pisces, stay tuned because that will be for next month.
Yeah.
And we're excited to see what we pull together for that sign.
Yeah.
And for those Aquarians, happy birthday!
As always, you can find everything that we talked about in store or at afw.com.